ask Beyonce, what did I do? What did I do?
It looks like Kim Kardashian has put her daughter Northwest in a competition with Beyonce's daughter Blue Ivy Carter. She seemingly wants North to be the bigger star, but despite her best efforts, Blue Ivy seems to be winning. And now Kim is getting jealous of how much bigger of a celebrity Blue Ivy is compared to North. And you're not going to believe how she's reacting to all this. It seems like Kim is determined to make North the bigger child celebrity, but that's hard to do considering Blue Ivy's parents are Jay-Z and Beyonce, so she was pretty much born a celebrity. Lately, a lot of people have been comparing North and Blue Ivy. They both have super famous parents who are into fashion and music, so it makes sense that people are comparing whose daughter is more fashionable and more into music. And from the looks of things, it looks like Blue Ivy just might be beating out North on all fronts. And guess who's not a fan of those results? Kim. Recently, Blue Ivy shocked the whole world after dancing really well on stage with her mom in front of tens of thousands of people. Not only did Blue Ivy handle it so well and show how talented and professional she could be at such a young age, but she also did it multiple times. And you would think that Beyonce would have been the one to push her daughter to come on stage, but it was actually quite the opposite. Beyonce was very much against Blue Ivy getting on stage with her because she knows that once Blue Ivy gets on stage, there's always the chance of a major backlash, and that's something Beyonce goes out of her way to protect her children from. But somehow Blue Ivy managed to convince her mom that she could do it. Not only that, but she also proved that she could really dance and gave a jaw-dropping performance on several occasions. But what happened next was crazy. Clearly, Kim didn't like all the spotlight being on Blue Ivy, so when North featured on her dad's song and it hit the Billboard Hot 100 chart, Kim decided to talk about it. According to BuzzFeed, she reposted a post from Twitter that was calling attention to North being on the Billboard chart. Kim has really been pushing North into the spotlight, and it looks like she's planning on pushing until North is better than Blue Ivy, which might be hard to do considering that Blue Ivy has already become a little bit of a music star. In fact, her Wikipedia page calls her an American singer before saying that her parents are Jay-Z and Beyonce. This is fair considering that before she was even able to talk, she was already in the studio with her dad helping to cook up a song. And of course, the song charted on Billboard. After this, she actually won a Guinness World Record for being the youngest artist to feature on a Billboard chart. Now, if you don't already know the story, you might be wondering how old Blue Ivy was when she was featured on her first song. At the time, she was actually only 2 days old when Jay-Z took her to the studio. North, on the other hand, had to wait quite a while before getting on a song with her dad, but when she did, it was on the song Talking, which was on Kanye's album Vultures 1, and it snagged the 30th spot on Billboard Hot 100. North is only 10, so this is really impressive, but it still doesn't beat Blue Ivy's achievements. In fact, Blue Ivy might already have more success than a lot of musicians just from her feature on Brown Skin Girl. The song was a huge hit, and it also went on to win a Grammy. And since Blue Ivy was featured in the song and even in the video, guess who has a Grammy to her name? All of this happened before Blue Ivy hit her teen years. Meanwhile, a lot of musicians spend their whole career chasing after a Grammy. So of course, Blue Ivy's Grammy was seemingly a hard pill for Kim to swallow, because even with how much Kim seems to be pushing North, it doesn't look like there's a Grammy waiting for her in the near future. The biggest problem with all of this is that it just doesn't seem like very good parenting, especially from Kim's side. If she's really pushing North so much, that can't be healthy or good for her. And it also feels like she is pushing her to express herself in front of the cameras, which is totally different from what Beyonce does. I mean, even Kanye supposedly asked Kim to take North off social media, especially TikTok, and a lot of people seem to agree with him. And when a lot of people agree with Kanye, that's a pretty big sign that what you're doing is very, very wrong. But that doesn't stop Kim from letting North express herself as she wanted in front of anyone who wanted to see. But to be honest, was anyone really expecting the reality TV star to take her daughter off social media? I just can't imagine a world in which Kim would do that, even though it would probably be better for North in the long run. But if North plans on catching up to Blue Ivy, she might need all the social media help she can get. But the question on everyone's mind is, at what cost? Because of the amount of shady people and bullies on the internet, this whole situation might be dangerous for 10-year-old North. And this is something Beyonce herself knows all too well. Because just after Blue Ivy was born, she was at the center of some internet bullying for just looking a certain way. So she has gone a very different route from how Kim is parenting her kids. Blue Ivy isn't always in the public eye or posting on social media pages. Although Beyonce still still shares cute pictures of her children on her social media from time to time. So while Kim seems to be pushing North toward the media, Beyonce is shielding Blue Ivy from it all, which honestly seems to be the better way to do this, at least in my opinion. But this isn't the only way in which Kim and Beyonce are different as parents. According to Atlanta Black Star, Beyonce is using the Black mama parenting style, which is strict parenting sprinkled with some Southern values and ethics. Meanwhile, Kim is seemingly using a more casual approach to parenting. The comparison is pretty crazy. On the one hand, you have Beyonce, who is not going to let Blue Ivy walk all over her or behave indecently to others. She was seen gently correcting Blue Ivy when they were at a meeting and Blue Ivy had acted somewhat inappropriately, but the same could not be said about Kim and North. For example, Kim let North talk inappropriately to the creative director of her Met Gala outfit, and it was all captured on camera. The two parenting styles couldn't be more different. But anyway, what do you guys think about all this? Do you think Kim might be running her daughter's life trying to compete with Beyonce, or is this just a healthy competition between some of the biggest celebrities out there? Let me know what you think in the comments below.